So if you're a woman over 40, divorced, and looking in the mirror like, Hubble, who is this woman? You're in the right place. My name is Charlotte Michelle, and I am a life coach for divorced women. So I help them create a life that's more purposeful, joyful, and fulfilling after divorce. And I'm here today to tell you a story. So, about 17 years, almost 18 years ago, jeez, life moves fast. I went through a separation. And I was about 50 pounds, according to my doctor, overweight. So I'll tell you about that story a little later. But I really wanted to tell you tonight how I lost and kept off 73 pounds for the past 18 years after my divorce. Now, I lost the weight 18 years ago, and I've still kept it off. And I've still remained true to myself and how I wanted to create a lifestyle and how I did that through more self love and emotional recovery. So, I decided that I was going to do something after my divorce that I had not seen another woman around me do. And that was be happy. So, in order to do that, there were a few things I had in mind that needed to happen. One of them was losing weight. Now, I said if I could lose 50 pounds, I'll be good. Okay? I'll be, that's like the best space for me to be in. But what I craved more than anything was a peace of mind, peace of heart, peace of soul, peace, Peace. Okay? I really wanted to show my son what life can look like after you go through something challenging. So the first thing I did, I started creating more awareness into what was causing me to be overweight, right? Because the first thing we do is we try to change everything. We try to cut things out. We try to, I don't even like the word try. We try to restrict ourselves. We try to go on diets. And if I could hate something, it would be a diet, okay? I dislike them. Diet stands for, did I eat that? Because that's all that's going to happen once you get into an emotional space and you go to your go-to. And then you kind of say, I got off track, and it's hard to get back on. So through this awareness, what I learned was that I did a lot. I ate all of my emotions, happy, sad, angry. What it boils down to for each emotion was texture and taste bud. Okay? So, how did I do this? The first thing I did was I created and just kept my own journal. It helped me become aware of when I ate, how I ate, what I was eating, what mood I was in. I mean, from the smallest morsels, right? I did that before changing anything because I had tried. If you're anything like me, you tried over the years to do it. You might have lost 5 pounds here, even 10 pounds there, and then gained back 15. But I said, I want to really know where this is coming from. So I had to start at the beginning and retrain my brain because nobody taught me how to do that, right? All I ever saw and probably see in a lot of families now is that we have babies and then we're expected to be a little chubby, a little baby weight, or we're expected not to regain ourselves or bounce back to ourselves after having children. And that is absolutely not true. Okay? So one, food journal. How did I do that? And I told you how I did that. Another thing is I had to stop fighting my body. I would look at myself going, ugh, and I still have my moments. It's okay. I just reset. But I had to stop fighting my body. And I heard a doctor say one time, it's hard to love a body that you don't understand. And at the time, I didn't understand my body. I didn't know what it needed from me. I didn't know what it wanted. I didn't know what in the world I was supposed to be doing to help get me to where I wanted to be. Okay? So I had to stop fighting it. It's not the enemy. You only get one. And if you're looking in the mirror going, oh, look at these stomach rolls. Oh, you got that leg, you got that back fat. I need to do something about that. And then you just get defeated before you even start. Sigh. Then I started this process that I now call self love eating. What if I ate the things that I truly liked and that were healthy? Because the truth of the matter is, I ate a lot of things, good, the bad, and the ugly. But what if I filled up on the things that were quote unquote healthy? What would happen to me then? What would happen to my body? How would I feel? And the only thing I say, hey, you don't have anything to lose but to try it out. So I tried it out, and you know what I noticed? It was like the weight started, yeah, it started coming off. Because what I did initially, I was like, well, people work out, so let me go work out. And I started working out, and I got so discouraged, I lost about 11 pounds in 3 months. And then I just went back, and then I gained probably 15 pounds back. Now, once I added in eating the healthy things I like, I was able to create a lifestyle because then I got full. I wasn't starving myself. I wasn't denying myself because my favorite treat on a Friday afternoon after work was a French fries and a milkshake. And I refused to feel guilty about it, okay? So I ate what made me feel good and what was good for me. I did increase protein, I did increase veggies, and then I had the occasional treat. Now I have a totally different way because I'm over 40, and well, that's totally different. My body responds differently. So stop fighting your body and telling it, ugh, yes, it's listening, it's paying attention, and it doesn't like it. So what it's gonna create is more tension and stress in your body that initially just stores fat, right? And you know when you're going through stress, that cortisol is coming for you. Okay, and cortisol just helps you store more fat. So you have to find ways to release it. And then my favorite one, which is the third one, is emotional recovery. Because what happens is we carry a lot of emotional weight. Now I told you I was an equal opportunity eater and all the emotions I ate, yes, I did. When I was angry, I wanted chips because I wanted to crunch, crunch, crunch. Okay? When I was sad, I wanted sweet. And it could either be sweet hot or sweet cold. And or the combination of the two, because enter the scoop of ice cream on top of the apple pie. Okay. Now, what I also realized I was doing through that is stuffing my feelings. So instead of expressing them, instead of acknowledging them, and instead of working through them, I tried to stuff them down because I'm not going to let anybody know they done ticked me off or they done made me sad. I'm not going to let nobody know you had that effect on me, so I kept them to myself. I stuffed them down along with those treats that was happening every other day, sometimes every day. And my favorite drink of choice at the time, 24-ounce bottle of Mountain Dew. Ciao. The horrors. But then I found this thing called journaling. Well, I didn't find it. I revisited it because I started it in college. Thought I was doing something special. I never kept one as a child. And what I started to realize, that was part of me releasing what I was burying. It was part of me putting down some of the load I was carrying. I heard someone say stuffing your feelings down is just like carrying a heavy backpack. So you don't actually lose anything. You're just carrying it with you. And it's weighing you down. And you just keep putting more and more and more into it. So what I want you to know is there is help. It is possible to release these things. It is possible to create a life that not only feels more purposeful and joyful, you can lose weight too, baby. So release that weight. And once you do that, it becomes a lifestyle. It becomes a choice that leads you to feeling better, making different decisions, standing by your decisions and boundaries, um, creating and feeling and letting in more joy, learning how to hold the hard emotions. But guess what? You also release that emotional weight because we know that going through a divorce feels like sometimes you got hit by a sack of bricks. Okay? So, what I want you to do, if you're ready to stop surviving your body and start loving on yourself into your soft girl era, yes, I want you to comment or you can send me a message. Tell me how you found this video. Tell me if it was helpful. What would you like to hear about if you're going through divorce or have gone through divorce? What do you want to know at this point? What would be helpful to you? Let me know in the comments. And guess what? I'll create a video for that. So, I'm your girl, Charlene Michelle, life coach for divorced women, and I'm here to help you create more purpose, joy, and a life that feels oh so good. Peace.